David, thanks for coming. I was hoping that I could get your perspective on what's the difference between, since you've lived this, being a student here for a couple of years and then going on the job.
Well, when you're in school, you have your time schedule of school of just say from 7 to 8. It depends what time schedule slot that you're attending school. But in the real world, I mean, you got to go based by their time schedule, their work schedule and all that. So you have to be adaptive. If you're something that you really want and want to do as far as your career, hopefully you're adaptable to their time and the requirements of them. Sometimes they work weekends, sometimes they work different schedules. Nothing's fine and dandy or perfect Monday through Friday. I know everybody likes to have weekends, but a lot of times we all have to work weekends as well. So like in my department at the gas company, we're on call. So at any moment we can get called upon, middle of the night, it could be a weekend. You just gotta have that flexibility as part of the industry. So it depends what you're going for and what you're trying to achieve in your career.
And what kind of expectations do you have in terms of attendance and getting to work on time? What are your expectations as an employer?
As an employer, well, we keep track of that we have a system where we have to punch in all the time. So in my role as a foreman, I have techs under me and we have to make sure they punch in before 7. So our schedule is from 7 to 4. So you have to punch in and punch out. So we get notified if you don't punch in within a certain time, and when you punch out, if you don't punch out, then it's not a certain time. So after so many occurrences, of course, I know we all forget. It's a busy world. We just make sure that we're on top of things. As far as us, we don't babysit, but we also want to also be an adult back to treat us with respect. Okay, you know what? I have a good job. Let me punch in and be responsible because that's the requirement from the employer.
If you forget, I'm the employee. If you forget too many times, what are the consequences?
We'll set up constant reminders. Something like you'll get like a message like Teams, whatever. Don't forget to punch out, and we'll make an occurrence. So I think after a while, it gets annoying getting that message or alert. So after you kind of get the hang of it, we'll take it off.
What if I come in at 7:20 2 days a week for a month? Any consequences for that?
Yes, I mean we see that. We'll before it gets to that point, we'll address it. We'll either have a meeting with me and the supervisor to address. No, you're supposed to be at your job site by 7 and leave your work site at 4. Now, if there's something that you need to, maybe you have a doctor's appointment at 7. Just kind of give that respect to the employer, saying, hey, can I step out? Ask for permission. Just don't take things for granted.
Communicate.
Yes, it's all about communication.
But could that kind of behavior lead to suspension or termination?
Yes. If it happens, if we keep telling you, then it could lead, because then it becomes a performance issue.
Now, you mentioned adaptability as one of the characteristics. What other characteristics are you looking for in a new hire?
Someone that's very all-rounded. I mean, you gotta be able to fit in with the criteria of what the job entails. So we have different personalities. In any job force, you have guys that talk about sports, guys that are more intuitive of just talking about barbecuing. So, and the real world, you want to be able to be adaptable to conversation, speaking up, not being so shy and communicative. It all depends what type of workforce you're going in. But if you're going for a busy world type of environment, like you're going to be constantly busy, you're going to be able to know how to speak up and talk and communicate, not someone that's going to be in a corner. And someone that's more adaptable and changeability. There's a lot of things that get changed. Something that might happen or be structured with 5 years, you might have a different management or different director that come in that change things. Then you have new sets of rules every term, kind of like a president's. Presidents change everything, but we all adapt to those changes. We don't put our foot down or say, hey, this is wrong. Of course, opinions do count, but you got to be able to adapt to the workforce, because I mean that's your career. I mean, unless you decide to depart from there, but if you're happy where you're at, you have to learn to adapt.
Well, now, in your own utility company and rise to foreman, in which case now you're the supervisor, other than, make sure I'm hearing what you, if you want to work for you, with you, under you, adaptability, reliability, transitioning to change, adopting change when it's required. Is there any other quality you can think of that is important to you for a new hire?
Just your education. Just make sure whatever you're bringing to the table and those interviews and those conversations that they're met. If you're saying in an interview you can do this, I mean, if we're asked for that, you can do it. I mean, you've got to prove yourself that you were qualified for the position. So all I can say for the students, just make sure you pay attention in class, because you never know what little detail might be fit for that position. And just you just keep it learning. Any certifications, just whatever you can make your portfolio look good as far in your interview, kudos, because that's going to just give you more points in the interview. And then and interviews, practice with somebody with questions. Ask somebody, hey, can you do look up some on Google sample questions, just to kind of prep you for interviews. Because and as far as management, they want to look at somebody who looks at you in the eye, has that connection, and also don't talk so serious. Whenever we ask, tell us about yourself, I know a lot of people like to ask, tell about technical questions, or because they're so drilled in that. That question's more entailed, like, tell me about yourself. We just want to see what type of person you are. And if you're going to jive within the department, and also break the ice, meaning don't be serious. Maybe joke around here and there. Just kind of read the room. Depends who your panel is, because some people might be jokers and they're just waiting for you just to come out to make them come out. So I just kind of read your panel and ask questions. Always at the end also is, if anybody asks, do you have any questions for us? Never say nothing. Always ask a question. Or get more clarification of what you're applying for, because someone that shows more interest in the job is going to be have that attractiveness, say, you know what, this guy looks more interested in what we do. And also research what you're applying for at the time too, so this way you know what you're going to get yourself into also.
It sounds as though, since you're talking personality as well as technical, do your own interviews have a balance of technical questions and behavioral questions? Yes.
So in our interview questions, we do behavioral questions, and at the very end, we'll ask technical questions, just to see if they can answer those questions correctly.
And how do you size me up as that new person? By the way I answer my behavioral questions, what are you looking for there from me?
Just to see what type of character. We ask past histories to see what type of situation, how you handle yourself under stress, how you handle yourself with a different person. Maybe there was an argument with someone or you disagreed. How was that argument handled, and how was that? How did it help for the next time? Did you learn from it? How would you have addressed that differently? If you, like for us with the gas company, we have customers that might complain. So if you have somebody that, how would you de-escalate a situation if something were to arise? Naming something in your past that you've had to, and it doesn't have to be job related, it could be personal. We just want to see what type of character you are.
So if I want to go to work at the gas service, adaptability, reliability, acceptance of change, and customer service.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, we're glad that you graduated from Western Tech and went from entry-level technician to foreman at the gas service. So thank you for coming. I know you come for the career fairs and you're still involved, and we appreciate that.
No, thank you. It's been great.